Okay, hello everyone. Today I'm going to go over a question that a student had on one of the assigned problems. Believe it was lunchtime. So she asked this question during Flex Day or on Flex Day, and I would encourage you guys to join on Flex Day and ask questions if you have any. That's a day to get things resolved. So it's a good way to also learn things. But in any event, she had a question, and I think it's important that when you see code, I know the textbook gave you some code to start to work with lunchtime, but when you see code and you don't quite understand it, you should make it a point of Googling it and finding out exactly what it is. So for example, in this lunchtime problem here, they gave you this bit of code. So integer I is equal to s dot index. So we're calling a method of s, and s is a string. So let me here. I'm just going to go out to the website here, and this is what it means. So Java string class. So see if I can find specifically with that index method. So method summary, index. Let me make this a little bigger. Oh, let's see here. I'll screw something up. Oh, there it goes. Index. So it returns. Okay, so here I want you to notice here modifier and type. So if I go, so index, it returns the index within the string of the first occurrence of the specified substring. All right, and so here, so what this does, it returns the index of where it sees that colon. So imagine if you typed in, and I put it up there. So if you typed in 1, 2, 12, 45. Now strings and arrays, they always start at index 0, and we'll learn this. But I don't know if the textbook mentioned that, but strings and arrays starts at index 0. So 1 would actually have an index of 0, and then 2 would have an index of 1, and then that colon would have an index of 2, and then the 4 would have an index of 3, and then the 5 would have an index of 4. Okay, so what this does, it gets the starting index where it sees colon, and so I would equal 2. And this would be a good test question too, you know. Yeah, so what would that return? Like, what would the value of I be given that? And you can rest assured that when you take the AP Computer Science exam, they're going to have you develop a program, or not a program, but basically, you know, you'll have 3 and 4 classes, and you'll have to use the methods, right? And so you have to know these methods. I mean, 40% of that exam is just coding. So anyway, so I is going to have the value of 2. Now this substring method here, then, and again, integer parse int. So now if you go again, now let's look at the substring here. So let's look at the substring method. Where's the substring? Okay, so right there, substring returns a new string that is a substring of this string, returns a new string that is a string of this string. So there's a couple of methods there. One, you can begin at just the beginning index, and I think that would return everything after that beginning index. And then this here, you can select within a particular string, so from beginning index to end index. Okay, so again, let's look at that. So parse integer parse int, basically that just all this does, and you can Google, but integer parse int, that just takes a something that's represented as a string and then converts that to an integer. Then again, if you didn't know that, just Google integer parse int. All right, so here, so what we're doing, so this here, that line there, that says it's up from 0. So this is like from 0. So it's going from 0 to 2. Okay, so the way that substring works, it would include everything from index 0 up to 2, but not including 2. I'm going to say that again. It will include everything up to 2, but not including 2. So it's going to return, so it will get the value of 1, 2. Oops. It will get the value of 1, 2. 0, 1. It doesn't include 2. And then, so again, I want you to notice here. So they're using the second. They're using the second substring there. They're using, okay. This is called method overriding, or not? Yeah, well, not method overriding, but oh god, what's the name of that? Yeah, I'll remember some other time. But anyway, so this is they're using this one here, substring integer begin index and then ending index. So. All right, so they're using that method. And then I think the next one, they'll just use the other method. So, all right, and then now this says here, so get up to, so start at index 3 then, because I is 2, start at index 3 and then go to the end. So that's how you interpret that. So that's start at index 3 and go to the end. And so now it's going to grab that. All right, so again, it's important to understand what is going on when you work with code. I mean, I don't know how you can work with this and just hope you understand. You have to know. You have to know how these things work. Otherwise, it's difficult to do the problems. That's what I mean. You know, two things in computer science: perseverance and resourcefulness. Guys, trust me. As long as I've been doing this for 40 years, and you know, there's always, like, I work with iOS apps and Android apps, and they come out with new API for, you know, like the camera API or whatever, and you just got to read the stuff, man. You just got to read it. I mean, you just don't know everything. It's just way too much stuff to know. But you have the application programming interface or the documentation to help you understand it. It's a part of it. I mean, it's just part of the trade. So just got to do it. So anyway, and then what happens, and they call that method, then they call minutes until lunch. Okay, passing in hours and in minutes. So this says here, take 13 minus hours. So in this case, it's going to be 12. 13 minus 12 is 1 times 60. And then minus 45, so that would give me 15 minutes to lunch. All right, but again, you know, the point I wanted to make is that, boy, if you don't understand something, Google it. Figure out what it is. You have to understand what you're working with. It's just that simple.